Okay, so welcome to the second part, okay, and this is gonna be just trying to make, okay, this image be nighttime. Remember, I just did a retouch of one, I explained you a bit the notes. So we're gonna try here to turn this image into more nighttime. So first thing we need to do is obviously create a node, okay, so make sure you create a node. We're gonna create a few, we can create 4, this down, yeah. And now first one, or no, let's go through node by node. First thing I'm gonna do, if I wanna turn it into nighttime, the first thing I'm gonna do, let me first obviously remember to put your scopes and everything. And first thing I'm gonna do is turn this all the way down. I'm gonna put the parade now, I think the waveform. Okay, so first thing, turn the lift down, 2, turn the gamma down also, even more, turn the gamma, the gain, sorry, turn the gain, the gamma down also. Now maybe the lift, not as much, the gain, yes, I would put it maybe around here, and gamma even more, and offset, there is just a bit of everything too. Okay, perfect. So now I create another one, another node, and here I'm just gonna touch a bit the tint and the temperature. I'm gonna just potentiate the blue color so we turn it more into night, and also touch a bit this tint, okay, a bit more green maybe, okay, like this. Okay, I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna even turn the gain a bit even more down, okay, just here. Okay, it looks pretty much dark, but it's what we are supposed to do. Okay, just looking a bit how it affects, how it's affecting. Yes, no, here, not that much. And gamma, we don't want a lot. Right, so already, so we can see the difference is already something, okay, even like this I think was too much maybe here, but don't worry, we're gonna create another node now, and we're gonna create a mask. So we're gonna mask this because we need a bit more light in here. So what I'm gonna do is create a mask. Okay, first remember, first thing you always have to do is to adjust your mask. Okay, so it's now I'm doing this, gonna do it a bit bigger, aspect like this, tilt, opacity with less, and soft. Okay, so I'm gonna soft this mask here, and now what I'm gonna do is mid detail, turn it up. Okay, so the details of the mids are a bit more accentuated. Gamma, I'm gonna also turn it a bit up, not a lot though, so we don't lose that information of these stairs. Also now the stairs, and maybe I touch the temperature also again, a bit more blue. I'm gonna readjust the mask probably. Okay, and let us see without this one. So yeah, we created this sort of a bit of light, okay? And now we can even go more extreme with this in the lift with the first one, okay? Because we have this that we can change, keep changing, okay? Okay, I also think I went a little bit too much in the tint on that green. Okay, so I'm gonna just touch it a bit. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, I would do this. I'm gonna do now another note, and you're gonna see what we're gonna do. There is this thing of this image that we already know. We already encountered this before. There is this. Okay, if we can see it in the waveform, parade. Sorry. Yeah, waveform is this thing. So the problem we're having is of color. So as you can see, there's these things here. Okay, there's two green things. Okay, as you can see, there's this place in our image here where it is over lighted. Okay, there's too much light. Okay, in these two places. Now what I'm gonna do now is with this one, that is the new node I just created. So now last thing we can see in this frame is this thing of the light again. Okay, so what we're gonna try to do is to make it less. First, I'm gonna just try the highlights. Let's see. And it doesn't. I mean, I lose all the highlights. I just wanna lose. I don't wanna lose as many highlights. However, I'm not very happy neither on this element here, so I would like to do something about it. So what I'm gonna do is mask. Okay, so mask here, 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 here. Okay, then I'm gonna close it, and now I'm gonna just duplicate this. Right, Command Z. No. Okay. So I'm gonna create a mask. Okay, so we can see these things that we don't want, and now I'm gonna create a new node and then a mask, but I'm gonna do this one. Okay, I'm gonna do my own mask. Don't be afraid of going out of the frame. It's totally fine. I just want to use one mask for both elements. Okay, maybe here a bit less. It doesn't have to be really perfect. Okay, what is important is this, that you do the size, the opacity, tilt, and especially the soft and the inside. Okay, then you go a bit replacing outside too. Okay, inside a bit more, not like this, and you move it a bit. So I will put it like this. Okay, yeah, let's hit the star. Yeah, perfect, 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 perfect. Maybe a bit like this. Yeah, we need more place of this. Right, and now what are we gonna do? It's just basically gamma all the way down, almost. And we can see we created something even more interesting, I think. Not that much, maybe, the gamma. Yeah, it looks cooler, no? It looks more interesting. We don't need to see that, and it looks even... like more night. Okay, also the lift a bit down. And the highlights, I'm gonna turn them down. I'm already effecting on that. Now it's pretty different than it was before, okay? So let's see it now. So mask again. Even if the camera, you can see that we're doing the zoom that we did, but even though it doesn't really, since I've done the borders of the mask and all that here, okay, the transformation and the softness, I adjusted pretty okay. Here maybe can be a bit better, like this. I adjusted pretty okay, and since we have also this one, okay, that is lightening up this, even we can put a bit more, no, not that much, highlight, so we can color boost a bit, just a tiny bit, not that much. We can color boost it a bit, the stairs. I think it's too much, 9. Okay, but with this one, we also corrected this thing of here that was too bright. Okay, let's see it now without, at the start and now. Okay, obviously we had to do this thing of that is dark, okay, but it's pretty much, okay, this is the last we did. Oh no, this is not the last, sorry. This is the last we did. Yeah, it improved. Okay, also contrast higher. And now even after that, we could do one a bit more general, okay, that we can touch a bit the contrast. For example, we can just put a bit less contrast, maybe, something like this. Yeah. And saturation also. You know, we can make it a bit higher up or down. Okay, the highlights, we can improve them now a bit, because our image is dark already. It doesn't look of a daylight image, this one. So now the highlights are gonna just stand up a bit, but not at a point that looks like it is morning. The only problem is this, we need to be careful with this, but now also I think it's a bit softer than it used to be. It was white before, now it's a bit more blue. Okay, so it has already improved. So highlights at, I will put them like this, at 5. Okay, shadows also we can just add a bit, but we don't want to lose this. So what we're gonna do is another mask even after that. Okay, only applying the shadows in here. Okay, so again, let's do the same. Let's do it ourselves. Okay, wait. Let's do it ourselves. This mask. So I didn't have selected this. Okay, so like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay, and now again, size, gonna do it a bit bigger, opacity less. Okay, we want less, soft. You see that I always, straight away I've just created the mask. I go here and I just touch this. You can do it here too at a certain point, but for me it's better if you first do it here and then you touch a bit whatever you have to adjust, you know, just doing it by hand here. So here we could just put the shadows a bit higher up, not a lot, to make it, to don't, so we don't lose the information of the stairs. This information I don't mind. I want to lose this information because it's not relevant. Okay, I wanted to background a bit darker too, so I just went for this. I mean, a lot of times it stays too, this thing of the color. Like there's people that like certain things and others that like others. Okay, it's a bit of taste too, but whatever you do, whatever you like, you can use the same tools as I'm using and affecting the same ways as you want to affect in your image. So this is it. So we can see we didn't lose any information really of that image. Okay, if we look, for example, without this, before we did all these other transformations, like if we look at now here, yeah, here we lost a lot and we still had this, like it was like, and after this now is a big difference, okay? But first we needed to just turn it into night, a bit in a way that is a bit rough, okay? Then you go to these little details. I think we did it too much with this color boost, so I'm gonna turn it a bit down. Okay, yeah, like this. But even if I wanted now, I could even do this, the saturation all the way down. And look what happens is it even gets a bit more interesting. Okay, here where I have this mask, okay, saturation a bit down. Or just higher up the saturation. Okay, like this probably. Hue also, I could change the hue of only this part of the image. I could do it a bit like this, okay, or I don't know, like if it was a film, a science fiction or something. So this, with the hue, you just change the color. Okay, that's what you do. Offset also, I could touch it a bit. They make it a bit more like this. Green, okay, with this. I mean, anything, you just need to be creative too sometimes. For example, I'm gonna leave it like this. But what I'm gonna do now, instead of doing this, because this is pretty cool, if, let me do it like this. Hue. No. Normal, saturation, normal. Okay, I don't think I have anything. Good. If we wanna do it like this, let's do it properly. So now I'm gonna do a border. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a border. And so another mask, again, circular mask. And I'm gonna just first do this, okay, always, and make the mask bigger. And now what I'm gonna do is, let's say we want a bit of like red in the borders. So I'm gonna go gamma and turn it red. And you're saying, hey, but you're changing the stairs, you're not changing the borders. Yes, I know. But I go here and I just reverse the mask. And now it's affecting the borders. We just have to adjust our mask again and even touch it here. Less opacity, okay, it's too much opacity, so to make it a bit softer. Tilt, we don't need aspect, soft, okay. And we did it like this red so you can see it, but I don't like it pretty much actually. I prefer it not to do it with red. Okay, so I cancel this. And I prefer to do it darker instead of the red. So lift and you just move the wheel. Another way to do it also is just contrast. Okay, you add more contrast in these parts and also adjust the shadows. So less shadows. Highlights, we don't need the highlights at all. Saturation is up, yeah. Okay, and you can see how the mask affects. Another thing, we can even change a bit the temperature. Like now has been a bit blue. We can put it like this. We can do a clean boost too if we want, but it's not gonna affect a lot because we just say it to be a bit darker. Okay, so we're gonna even make it a bit darker. And that's it. That's how we turn stairs that were in daylight something nightlight, even a bit creepy, depends on how you look at it, but just different, very different, a completely different shot. Okay, we're gonna do this again. This is how it was, guys, and this is how it is now. We can even make it lighter here, the highlights of the stairs a bit. Okay, here too, highlights a bit more. I'll do a boost of colors a bit more. Not that much, like this. Okay, and make it a bit blue because now it's too like this. Yeah. Not the gamma though. The gain. Yes, so it's not as, it's more realistic. The color is supposed more or less to be more darker too. Okay, also here is a lot of blue. Okay, so I'm gonna just add, oh no, this was, sorry, this one is too much blue. I don't know what I did. So I just put the gain to the opposite of blue, which is this color. Now there's a bit of green, so I just put the gamma at the opposite of green, which is more or less like this. It's a little bit of green, not a lot. This gain maybe is too much now, so less, like this. So you just do these things, okay? See how they look, and we've seen all these masks, more masks now.